Hello, Bill McRae here. I want to talk to you more about working from homes and some of the advantages and then some of the disadvantages. Did a video yesterday about working at home and time management because that's really the key thing to do. But here's some really great things about working at home. First of all, you have flexibility. You got a doctor's appointment, you need to take the dog to the vet, whatever, you just go do it. Okay. Very, very nice. The commute is amazing. It's about 30 feet to my bedroom, which is nice. I don't drive my car much, which is probably a good thing. I'm not the world's best driver in the world. So that kind of is great. So you get this freedom to kind of control your hours, which a lot of people think means you don't work. And in fact, most people are going to find out they'll end up working more hours when they work from home. Okay. The other thing that's great is you can focus on your work when you're working uh, without any interruptions. I've worked in an office for 30 years. Constant interruptions, constant little stupid mistakes were always made because of people interrupting each other. Including when I got interrupted, I made mistakes. So interruptions are an issue because if you're focusing, especially on numbers, and someone walks in, it can kind of break your train of thought. And that is just the nature of the way offices are. Okay, there's no politics and no one to be bothered by. Okay. The no politics part's great. The being quiet and being able to focus is great. Being alone all the time, we'll talk about that in a second. So as a result, when you're at home, you can find yourself accomplishing a ton of work. Now, there are a lot of companies who have discovered this as really a great way to build their business. Have a bunch of individual people working from their homes. They have time tracking systems to make sure the work's being done. They get standards, and it saves them a lot of needs for office space, worry about people showing up. I mean, if I wake up and I got a horrible cold, I might not go to the office, but I'd probably drag myself in front of my computer. I've nothing better to do anyway. So that's another big advantage. Some of the negatives. Okay, there are a few, believe it or not. Work from home is, you'll find yourself working more hours than you would normally. Like I said in my video yesterday, I started about 6 o'clock in the morning and I quit about 9 o'clock at night. Now, things happen during the day and I get up and go to lunch, or I take my dog on his walk, which I need to do here pretty quick, or I'll go to the gym, or there's things that I do, which some of that is necessary to keep your sanity. The hard thing about working from home is finding real jobs to work from home from. You don't want to be in a position where you are basically just doing affiliate marketing and calling that a job. It's not. I mean, when you work from home in a real job, you have tasks and policies and things you need to do. In many cases, you're on the phone. You could be the type of jobs you can definitely do from home, or like credit management or bookkeeping work, especially if they're using QuickBooks Online. You know, it's a real simple service, and you can be able to do the bookkeeping in a few hours a day from home, and it can be done very accurately. You can meet once a week, so things like that, as opposed to make $794 a day, or any of these mailing scams where they say all you got to do is mail this stuff out. Another one to look out for is you've been hired to send and receive packages for us. Basically you get paid an unreasonable amount of money to receive packages from a foreign country and then reship them out. I don't know if anyone has ever gotten paid doing that. I would be deeply concerned about what you're actually doing, who you're shipping to, and who's liable for what's in those packages. I would just avoid them. I haven't heard of any of them that were legitimate. Be careful. There are all sorts of other types of scams that make you think you're working at home. They want to get your social security number, your banking information. You can't really get too hurt by the banking information, but you can get definitely hurt by social security information. So always be careful and don't give up too much of your information to anybody. And once you get a good work at home job, treat it with respect. Now, there are lots of employers that are coming online and saying, I want to hire employees that don't come to my office. It just makes sense in many, many cases. And there's lots of ways that they can manage their work hours to make sure that things get done timely and on due. I hire people online all the time. I use a service to do it called Upworks. The reason why is I only have to pay the hours that they're booked in. They're actually logged into Upworks, tracks their hours and the work they do. So they're not charging me for stuff they're not doing. So there's great ways. Upworks is one of the things that you can do for people. There's tons and tons of opportunities to work from home if you can handle the isolation. I have a great dog, a wonderful wife, great church, so I handle it. But if you are not one of those guys, then you're going to find yourself not enjoying it very much. I know that sounds kind of counterintuitive, but it's very true. So there's a lot of advantages to working from home. And I expect our economy to evolve more towards contract work from home type of things. Just like right now, there are economies around the world based strictly on outsourced labor. Like the Philippines, if you look at the Philippines, a very large percentage of their employment base is based on outsourced work for U.S. through Upwork and stuff like that. You have a great day. Keep it real.